Hi Stokies, it's Craig here from the Bearbit TV, and this is my preferred 11 for this Saturday's game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Now, of all the games that we're going to play this year, this is more than likely going to be the most difficult test we're going to have. Coming off the back of that 4-1 defeat to Liverpool, I have to hold my hands up, as I think 99% of all Stokies will. I have little to no faith that we're going to get anything from Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. They're on a 12-game winning streak, I believe it is now. Stoke are the 13th, maybe it'll be unlucky 13th for them. I'm not that hopeful, but you never know. Stranger things have happened in football. Not many stranger things, but the occasional one. When I was thinking about the first 11 for this game, it crossed my mind several times over that, if truth be told, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. No matter what team we put out, whether it's a team to sit and defend, attack, Chelsea are going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to have some decent chances, and we're going to be up against it. So with that in mind, I thought, if we do get any chances, we need to have quality on the pitch. We need to have that quality on the pitch that will capitalise on any bit of play we have, any half chance. It needs to be someone who has got that now to potentially put something away. So with that in mind, this is my first 11. I've gone for a 4-3-3 formation. I've gone with Lee Grant in net. I mistakenly thought his last game was actually against Liverpool, but I've been told since it's actually Chelsea. It's his last game within his loan spell. So for his last potential game for Stoke, gone for Lee Grant in net, obviously. At the back, I've gone for Shawcross and Indy. Right back, Glenn Johnson. Left back, Eric Peters. Shawcross had a poor game against Liverpool. A lot of players did, but I felt he looked very vulnerable and exposed, as did Glenn Johnson, which I don't think it's like either of them two. They're usually quite solid and reliable. For whatever reason, they struggled against Liverpool, making some costly mistakes along the way. In midfield, I'm going to go with Glenn Whelan. Next to him, Imbula. Imbula's that typical player that I was making reference to earlier. Yes, he can give the ball away, but he's clearly got a little bit of quality that when you're playing against teams like Chelsea away, you need to have that additional bit of quality to maybe make something count. And I think it'd be daft to drop him because he might just be able to pull something out the back. I remember this time last year playing Chelsea away, Imbula was absolutely phenomenal. I think it was his best game in a Stoke shirt, and I truly thought at that point he's going to go on to play for one of the top 6 teams in Europe. I really did. He was amazing, so hopefully he can recapture some of that form that he showed last year at Chelsea. Then the three, so then Glenn Whelan and Imbula. In front of them two, you're going to have BOJAN, of course. That's his best position. Could have scored against Liverpool. Was a little bit unlucky with that chance. And then in front of Joe Allen, I'm going to go with Shaq on the left. I think it is time he comes back into the squad now. As I mentioned, we need players with that little bit of extra creativity, a little bit of a spark. Shaq has got it. He's a bit inconsistent, but he's definitely got it. In the middle, I'm going to go with something that I don't usually go for, and that's the false 9. I think it's a little bit overrated, but I'm going to put BOJAN right up top with his brief to sit as deep as he can, help the midfielders out, try and pack that midfield because we're going to be up against it against the Chelsea midfield. I think if he drops in a little bit, it'll give us a little bit more backbone in the middle. It'll give us a little bit more of a presence and, of course, that extra body. Then on the right, I was tempted to go chuck Sobey in, or at least get Sobey in there somewhere, but I'm going to go with John Walters, and I know straight away if any comment's going to slate this first 11, it'll probably be John Walters. But for me, he scored the other day, he didn't look too bad, and when you have both BOJAN and Shaq on the pitch, their work rate is a little bit questionable when they haven't got the ball. If Stoke haven't got the ball, BOJAN and Shaq can be passengers, I fear sometimes. To counteract that and to balance that out a little bit, I feel you need somebody that really will run to make up the ground that they might not necessarily cover. So naturally, I'm going to go with John Walters because, let's face it, of all the Stoke players that's going to cover that ground, it will be Super John. So, to recap, it's a 4-3-3, Grant in net, Shawcross, Indy centre-backs, full-backs of Glenn Johnson, Eric Peters. In the middle, I've gone for Glenn Whelan, Imbula. In front of them, Joe Allen. And up front, I've gone with Shaqiri, BOJAN, John Walters. I've not got that much hope. You never know. This could be the minor miracle that we need to get our season back on track. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Let us know what you reckon to my first 11. Let me know what's good about it, what's wrong, who you drop, who you bring in. Give the video a like, and we'll see you at Stamford Bridge this Saturday for the miracle that is a Stoke City victory.